Hey, what's up guys? Doing front brakes on a 2014 Hyundai Santa Fe. Pretty basic setup, not too hard to do. First thing we're going to do is take out these caliper bolts. They're 14 millimeters top and bottom. So go ahead and get these off. And something to note, the nuts on the opposite end, those might spin when you're trying to get them off. If they are, just grab some pliers and hold that, or a wrench to hold onto that while you spin the bolt, and it'll come out. It doesn't always do that. Sometimes they just come right out and in. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get this out. Get my bottom one off. Alright, and then I'm going to wiggle this free. Just keep pulling it back and wiggling it. And then I'm going to set it over here. Try not to stress out the brake line. And then pull these pads out. You just pull right out. Alright, so now I gotta get the caliper bracket off. I'm gonna be doing the rotors too. It's two 17 millimeter bolts, top and bottom, just like the caliper bolts. I'm gonna get my wrench in here and get these loose. Put my caliper on this side. I'm gonna go ahead and get on here. And just a tip, you could take a rubber mallet and hit the top of your wrench when it's on the bolt to loosen it up if it's really tight. If you're in the driveway, you don't got much leverage. It's just a tip. That's what I do. And we'll go ahead and get these out. This top one's in a little tighter of a spot, but it's alright. Alright, I'm going to get bottom one out now. Alright. And don't lose these washers on them. Those help keep pressure and tension on them, keep them tight. I'm going to remove this. Then I got to remove these little bolt screws to get the rotor off. Sometimes these bolt screws can be really tight. So what you want to do is, what I do is take a ball peen hammer and a bigger hammer, and I'll put the ball part of the peen hammer to the head of it, and then I'll hit the opposite side right here with this bigger hammer. And what that does, it just knocks that bolt in there loose. If there's any rust or dirt that's holding it tight, just knocks it loose. And I did it, and now I'm just unscrewing them. They come right out real easy now. You slide this off. Alright, I don't know if you're doing rotors too, or you're getting your machine. I'm just going to machine mine and put mine back on. So I got mine back on. If you're not messing with your rotors, you can just disregard this part. But if you are, I got my new bolts on here. And if you lose these bolts, they're not, I don't want to say they're not required. I'll definitely try to keep them on. But I mean, if you're in a pinch and you don't have these bolts, you lose them or something, you'll be alright driving down the road. But I would keep them in. I would keep them in on my car for sure though. Alright, so you can lube these pins too. Put some lube in the holes or on the pins and put them back in, as well as the bracket hardware. If you see any rust spots or dirty spots, you can clean it off and put a little lube on there. Don't go crazy with it, like globs of lube on your pads or anything. Alright, so I'm going to go hand start these in. Alright, I'm going to get my my bolts tight, as tight as possible on these ones. I'm getting them in with this smaller ratchet, but I'm going to go back with my big ratchet and get them tighter as much as I can. Alright, so I got my bracket on. Now I'm going to go and put my pads in. You can lube the ears of the pads if you want. Take notice, this one that has the metal sensor, that goes on the inside. And I always put the sensor on the inside pad and the sensor on the bottom. So, right back here is the pad with the sensor. So now I got to press the pistons. I got a tool to use. I'm pressing them in so they could fit over the new pads. If you have something similar that could do the same function, you could use that. You can get creative and find something in your garage, or a giant channel locks or something. Alright, so I got my caliper bracket on, or caliper on. I'm gonna put my caliper bolts back in. Go ahead and hand thread these in. Alright, I'm tightening them down. Alright, and that's about it, guys. I hope this video helped you out. Make sure your brake line isn't twisted or anything. Make sure, double check all your bolts. So yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe if my videos helped you out. And thanks for watching.